I'm making shrimp salad with orange for my picnic. Shrimp salad's fairly simple, but I'm making it really special for company with orange zest. It's really delicious. Shrimp salad's a great thing to pack up for a picnic. You can make it in advance. Just put it in Chinese takeout containers. Okay, so that's 1 tablespoon of grated orange zest. That's a lot, but it really flavors the sauce. I need 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed orange juice. Okay, next for the mayonnaise. So I'm going to use a cup of good mayonnaise, just right in the bowl. So what I'm doing is I'm taking mayonnaise and flavoring it with orange zest, salt and pepper. You don't have to make your own mayonnaise, believe me. It's not necessary. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and just whisk it all together. It's always important to flavor it and also to thin it a little bit. Sometimes with chicken stock, you can thin it with vinegar, but this time I'm thinning it with orange juice. And the last thing is just a little bit of hit of vinegar. Just gives it a little edge, brings out the flavors. 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And it also thins out the sauce so it's creamier. Okay, that's the sauce. Next, I'm going to work on the vegetables. So I need 1/4 cup of red onion. Give it a little heat. It's wonderful. And a little crunch. You can never have too much red onion. Okay, into a bowl. 1/4 cup of fresh dill. Just run your knife along. You don't have to take all the leaves off. Chop it roughly. There's something about dill and shrimp that I just love together. Sort of the heat of the red onion and the sweetness of the dill with the shrimp. It's just a perfect combination. Okay, 2 tablespoons of drained capers. I actually love the taste of capers. They're vinegary and they have a little bit of a bite. They're fabulous. Okay, that's the sauce for the shrimp salad, the vegetables. I've got tabbouleh, it's gonna go into pita bread. I've got ginger cookies, they're so good. And I hope Barbara can find some really ripe peaches at the farm stand.
Oh, I'm glad they're ripe. This is perfect for Ina's ginger cookies. Perfect.
At Barefoot Contessa, we used to make hundreds of pounds of shrimp salad, and we used to do it in big pots of boiling water. I never really thought it added any flavor to the shrimp. And then one day we started making chicken salad by roasting the chicken first instead of poaching it. And it was so delicious, and I thought, why not do that with the shrimp? You're not gonna believe how easy it is. Okay, start by peeling and deveining the shrimp. Just run your knife down the back of the shrimp and use a small paring knife to remove the shell and the tail. You want to make sure that you get the vein out. That's that dark little line down the back of the shrimp. Then put the shrimp on a sheet pan. For this salad, you need 2.5 pounds of 16 to 20 count shrimp. Drizzle them with olive oil. Sprinkle them with salt and pepper. And mix it all together. Then spread them out in a single layer so they cook evenly, and roast them in a 400-degree oven for 6 to 8 minutes until they're pink, firm, and just barely cooked through. Now see what I mean about simple? That's simple. Okay, so the shrimp are gonna go into a big bowl. Oh, these smell so good. I want the shrimp so that they're warm, not really hot, and not cold. They absorb the sauce best that way. Good news about this shrimp salad is you can make a lot of it at one time. Put on as much sauce as you like. Probably most of this sauce. I never put the shrimp into the sauce. I put the sauce into the shrimp, just so you can moderate how much sauce you have. Give that a good toss. Fantastic. And then the last thing I always add is the vegetables and the herbs. So you get just the right proportion. So this is dill, red onion, and capers. This is gonna be fantastic. I always hold just a little bit back to decorate the top. Mix that together. Oh, I love the smell of this. Shrimp and red onion and dill, and the roasted shrimp. It makes such a difference, you won't believe it. A little salt and pepper. Just to finish it. It's always sort of that salt and pepper at the end that you taste, first hits your tongue. Just have to make sure it's okay. You never know. That's the best shrimp salad I ever had. Really tasty orange. I'm just gonna let these sit for about 20 minutes and let the flavors absorb. When the shrimp are just slightly warm, they absorb the sauce best. Tarragon shrimp salad is such a great summer lunch. It's really quite elegant. You can also pack it up for a picnic. Sounds great, doesn't it? So I've cooked 2 pounds of shrimp. And what I'm doing is I've left some of them whole, and some of them I'm cutting in half horizontally. I don't know why, but I just like the texture of some big ones and some smaller ones. And while I cut these, I'm going to show you the method I use for cooking them. It comes from my friend Joanne Colleen at El Forno Restaurant, and they come out perfectly every time. I put 2 pounds of peeled and deveined 16 to 20 count shrimp in a saucepan. Poured in 8 cups of cold water, and it must be cold water. Added 3 tablespoons of Pernod, the French anise-flavored aperitif. 1 tablespoon of salt. Turned the heat on and cooked the shrimp uncovered, stirring them occasionally for 10 minutes until they were just firm and pink. Then I drained them and allowed them to cool for 15 minutes. Trust me, that makes the tenderest, most delicious shrimp. And that little bit of Pernod really makes a difference. Okay, I'm gonna combine the large shrimp and the shrimp cut in half. Then I'm gonna add some lemon, because all shrimp salad needs lemon juice. Just a couple of tablespoons right in. Lots of salt and pepper. And just give it a big stir. Okay, next the vegetables. So I need a cup of celery right into the bowl. Just some scallions right in. I've got fresh tarragon. Tarragon is a great flavor for shrimp. This is like a one-bowl wonder. Next, I need 2/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. That should be about right. And just mix the whole thing together. This is such a great salad. So I'm just gonna give it a toss, make sure everything's really well distributed. Now you can certainly put this in a bowl, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna show you how I like to serve this. It looks really gorgeous. So I've got baby bib lettuce that I've cut the leaves apart, and they make really nice cups for the salad. So I'll show you what I do. So I've got a big platter. I'm gonna fill it with these leaves of bib lettuce. It's really important to wash them and spin them dry so they're really dry. But then I'm gonna fill these little cups with shrimp salad. So much prettier than just a bowl of shrimp. Just a big spoonful of shrimp in each leaf, and then everyone can help themselves. Okay, just fill each one. This makes a great summer lunch. Looks so pretty. I love the green lettuce. It sort of sets off the salad really well. Okay. And then I always like to garnish things with what's in it, so you know the flavors. So maybe just a little bit of lemon. If somebody wants a little more lemon, it's right there. A little bit of tarragon, just a rough chop. Right on top. A little bit of salt at the end. So that's shrimp and tarragon salad. It's so good. Roasted shrimp with feta is the perfect summer dish. It's very Mediterranean. It's got feta and all kinds of Mediterranean flavors. And I love to make it in the summer because you can make it in advance and just throw it into the oven when you need it. My friend Rory Travato is coming. She owns Rory's Artisanal Creamery in Santa Barbara. She makes the most amazing ice creams. She's gonna make me ice cream, and I'm gonna make her lunch. So what I've been doing is I heated about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I cooked 1½ cups of fennel, just the fennel bulb, for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's tender. I've chopped the fennel medium dice, not too big, not too small. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of garlic, minced. That's about 3 cloves. Just add it right in. You want it on low temperature because you don't want the garlic to burn. What I'm doing now is making the sauce, and then I'm gonna combine it with shrimp and feta. So about 1/4 cup of good dry white wine. I usually use Pinot Grigio, but whatever you have. And what that'll do is just take all the brown scrapings off the bottom of the pan and make a really good sauce. Wine, fennel, garlic, how bad can this be? Okay, now I'm gonna add tomatoes. I need a 14.5-ounce can of tomatoes, the whole thing, tomatoes and liquid. And they're just chopped, diced tomatoes. 2 teaspoons of tomato paste, give it really intense flavor. And some oregano. Now, I usually don't use oregano fresh because it's so intense. So I need about a teaspoon of oregano. What I'm gonna do is crush it in my hands, and it really releases the oils. And then a little Pernod, which is fennel-flavored liqueur, about a tablespoon, just a splash. And about a teaspoon of salt. Really bring out the fennel flavor. Half a teaspoon of pepper. And this is gonna cook for about 10 to 15 minutes until all the flavors blend really well. Just think of these flavors with shrimp and feta. Okay, I'm gonna let that simmer away. So the key to this dish is it's got sauce on the bottom, shrimp that are roasted, and then on top is a breadcrumb mixture with lemon and parsley that gives it a really nice crunch, and then of course feta. A little feta never hurt anything. Makes it taste wonderful. So for the breadcrumb mixture, I just need a cup of breadcrumbs, and I'm just using white sandwich bread, which I keep in the freezer for times like this. Okay, that goes in the food processor. Top goes on. Instant breadcrumbs. Perfect. Just gonna put it in a bowl. And now I'm gonna add lots of parsley and lemon zest. It'll give it great flavor. I need 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Shrimp itself is actually kind of bland, so I always like to sort of bump it up with lots of great flavor. And I love Mediterranean flavors, Greek things like feta and olive oil and tomatoes. Perfect for shrimp. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley right in. And 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. My rasp, I love this. Just be sure you just get the outside of the rind. I just want the bright yellow part. Okay, that should be about a teaspoon. Just think how sharp that's gonna be with the breadcrumbs and parsley. And then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So that's great. The olive oil is gonna make the breadcrumbs toast really well. Be nice and brown. Okay, I'm gonna check and see how the sauce is doing. Oh, this looks great. Fennel is really nicely cooked. The tomatoes are reduced. And it's a great base for the shrimp. I have 1 1/4 pounds of shrimp, and actually I asked the seafood shop to leave the tails on, and I'll show you why, because they're gonna sort of stick up. So now off the heat, I'm just gonna start layering the shrimp all the way around. I just think it looks nice if all the tails are going in the same direction. It takes an extra minute to do it like this rather than dump them all on, but it just looks so much nicer. So at this point, you can actually assemble the whole thing and leave it in the refrigerator, and then just throw it in the oven just before dinner. Rory and I like the same things. I'm sure she's gonna love it. Okay, that's the shrimp. Next, the feta. I always use Greek feta. I just think it's really good quality. And I always say, don't crumble it, dice it. In this case, crumble it. Just want it to be all over in this dish, a little bit in each bite. So I'm just gonna crumble it right on top. Just think when the feta melts a little bit when it's hot. It's so good. Okay, that's the feta. Next, the breadcrumbs. So these are the breadcrumbs that have lemon zest, parsley, and olive oil in them. Just mix them up, and then just spread them all over the top of this. Now, how good is that gonna be? So they're getting nice and brown and toasted. So that's 1 summer lunch ready to go. You can just throw it in the oven when Rory gets here. But for now, I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And shrimp with feta.
Oh,
Think there's
my
enough
God.
for the 2 of us? Come with me. So it's shrimp with feta.
Oh my gosh, that.
You and I love Mediterranean flavors, right?
And that squeeze of lemon is the perfect touch.
Isn't it interesting that last squeeze of lemon really brings out everything?
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it. And actually, if you take some bread, you can dip it in the sauce, which is just right there. It's just fantastic. I also decided instead of having some fancy presentation, it looked great in the pan, so I just serve it like that.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
very earthy, like us.
Uh-huh.
When I used to cater parties, amazingly, it was the shrimp cocktail everybody went after. And then I thought to myself, well, boiling shrimp doesn't add any flavor to it. I wonder if I can do something that will give it even more flavor. And I thought, maybe roasting. So I tried roasting shrimp, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and I couldn't believe what a difference it made. So I'm making a roasted shrimp cocktail for Jack to make at his cocktail party. People will go crazy. So what I'm doing here actually is I'm peeling the shrimp. I like to leave the tails on because when they're cooked, it's kind of a nice handle. And then I'm deveining it, run my knife right down the back. Just want to take that black vein out of the back of the shrimp and then just pull it out if it's in there. Sometimes there isn't any. Different stores and different fish shops have different ways of counting shrimp. They call them jumbo, they call them extra large, they call them enormous, I don't know. The only way to really know what size shrimp you're getting is by the count. And so I always order shrimp either from the grocery store or the fish store by the count. So these are 2 pounds of 12 to 15 count, which means there are 12 to 15 shrimp in a pound. Sometimes you can actually buy them just like this, peeled and deveined. These are really big shrimp. I think they look great for a cocktail party. Okay, so that's the shrimp, and now I'm going to show you how to roast them. Spread them out on a sheet pan, and just olive oil, just a couple of tablespoons, salt and pepper. Toss them together. And the important thing is you don't want to pile them up. You want basically in one layer. So I'm just going to spread them out. Okay, 400 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. These are going to be so delicious. Now for the sauce. I'm a believer in classic sauces. Cocktail sauce is cocktail sauce. I just like to do it with the volume turned up. So some of the classic ingredients with a little more flavor. So I need half a cup of chili sauce. Actually, I like to combine chili sauce and ketchup. One's a little spicy, one's a little sweeter. Half a cup of ketchup. That should be about right. 3 tablespoons of horseradish. Give it lots of spice, lots of heat. 1, 2. Splash of Worcestershire sauce. Give it a little depth of flavor. Splash of Tabasco. Give it more heat, but a different kind of heat. And because I like the fresh flavor, a little bit of lemon to give it a nice sort of fresh citrusy flavor. Always goes with shrimp. A couple of teaspoons. Now, how easy is that? And that's the sauce. Okay, I'm gonna set it up. Bowl for the sauce in the middle. And the shrimp should be ready. Oh, they look fantastic. Now, how fast is that? Okay, they're gonna be really hot, but if I work fast, I can do it. The shrimp are actually best if they're served warm or room temperature. These look really great. Well, I know how people went for the shrimp cocktail when I was catering, and we just used the boiled shrimp and perfectly good cocktail sauce, but not great cocktail sauce like this. People are gonna go crazy. Fantastic. Shrimp cocktail, really fast and so delicious. That looks pretty good. Roasted shrimp with orzo is a great dish for a crowd. Best part of it is, the longer it sits, the better it gets. So the first thing I'm gonna do is roast some shrimp. A little olive oil, salt and pepper, It's actually a surprising way to cook shrimp on a sheet pan in the oven. I just find it really gives it more flavor. That's 2 pounds of shrimp, it's about 32 shrimp. Okay, into the oven, high temperature, 400 degrees for exactly 6 minutes, and they're gonna be really delicious and succulent. And I think the orzo is just about ready. So I cooked 3/4 of a pound of orzo in boiling salted water with a splash of olive oil. Good and hot. Whoa. Okay, that's drained. This is gonna go right into the big bowl. So the lemon vinaigrette, the first thing I need is half a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And a half a cup of olive oil. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of pepper. I'm gonna whisk it all together. And just pour it right over the pasta. I'm gonna cut up some herbs and vegetables for the salad. So the first thing I need is a cup of chopped scallions. And then I'm just gonna run my knife right down the middle. Okay, just rough chop. The scallions and later red onions are gonna give this lots of sharp flavor. Right into the salad. Next thing is a cup of freshly chopped parsley. It's a big chop. I use flat leaf parsley, I think it has more flavor. But if you have curly parsley, it's just fine. Right into the bowl. Got 1 cup of chopped fresh dill. So I'm gonna chop it roughly. You know, it's really important to use fresh herbs, especially when it's a salad like this. But if you have some left over and you want to chop it up, just put it in little containers, freeze it, and then just defrost it when you need it. Okay, 1 cup of dill right into the salad. Next thing is cucumbers. So just right down the middle. And just do cubes right into the salad. I'm just gonna put half a cup of diced red onion into it. Just wanted to flavor the salad. Okay, the next thing is the shrimp. I think they're perfectly cooled. Okay, get all the flavor in. I'm just gonna toss it all together. And then the last thing is one of my favorite ingredients, good feta. And just put it in as gently as possible so it doesn't get all broken up. Toss it in. It's perfect for sitting on the dock, contemplating life.